At any point, was it discussed what the payoff for Vince and Taker was supposed to be? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but was it ever discussed to put Linda with Taker to go against Vince and Shane, or at this point we just sort of doing it week to week? I know back in the day, you guys would sort of book 3 or 4 months out and almost work backwards. It feels like here at the height of the Monday Night War, and the height of the Attitude Era, we're just freestyling. We're changing some stuff on the fly, baby.
Yeah, it was pretty much week to week. And I think, there was always discussion as to, will Linda get involved? How far are we going to go with this stuff? And I don't think that at this point in the whole thing that there was a whole lot of thought about using Linda, because it's funny. Vince being the head of the company and the creative direction in so many ways, but Linda was the business end of the company.
Right.
And it was funny not to try to mix those that way. And I know it may not make sense to a lot of people, but that's the way that we looked at it. She was purely business and didn't want to mess with that.
Eventually he gets programmed with the big boss man for WrestleMania. And I want to sort of walk through what his WrestleMania experience had been so far. In 91, he beat Jimmy Snuka. In 92, he beat Jake Roberts. In 93, you punished him and put him with Giant Gonzalez. He missed 94. He's back in time for 90.
It was a giant.
I mean, but check this out. His back-to-back WrestleMania appearances in 93 and 95, because he missed 94, are Giant Gonzalez and King Kong Bundy. But then we actually start working with some big guys who are going to be pretty big time players. Diesel, Psycho Sid, Kane, and now Big Boss Man. It just feels sort of,
it.
What's that?
Not it.
It feels thrown together. It doesn't feel like he's in a featured spot. Here he is kidnapping the boss's daughter and whatnot, but he's going to take on Boss Man. And Lord knows we've had a lot of fun talking about hanging Boss Man in our WrestleMania 15 episode in the archives over at somethingtowrestle.com. But was Undertaker, I mean, clearly everybody loves Ray Traylor, the real life Big Boss Man. I'm sure got along fabulously with the real life Mark Calloway. But in terms of where we are, he's got to be a little frustrated. Like, geez, I'm fucking kidnapping people and sacrificing people and I'm wrestling Boss Man.
Yeah. I don't think that anybody really got that too much. It was part of the corporation, and Boss Man was a part of that. But I also think at this time that by the time we got there, that people were expecting a little more out of Boss Man on this run. And I don't know that he had delivered at that point.
I also want to mention too, I think you told me once before that this WrestleMania 99, WrestleMania 15, this is really sort of the first one where Vince was like, okay, Russo, let's see what we can do. And it had his fingerprints all over it in a major way, really for the first time, right?
Yeah, it did. And, it was a lot of it was during a time too, where things were more last minute, where you didn't have an entire WrestleMania card, a month out going into WrestleMania.
Right.
We were adding a lot of things, as we got closer to it. And it was a different era and a different viewpoint on the business in general.
Is that match in particular one, along with Kennel in a Cell, that you think, in hindsight, that probably hurt the Hell in a Cell brand a little bit?
At the time, yeah, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but yeah, it was
disappointed.
Just not good. Not good. Not good at all.
On